Okay, you guys can remember that yesterday we created the Windows public web server, and also we hosted the website also, correct? We are able to see the output of the website as well. We hosted that website using IIS information. I mean, is it IIS? Let me check the output. If I put the type IP address in the browser, I can see that web page. It's not getting. It's getting up because taken HTTPS it won't work. From HTTP it will work. See, website is getting up. Okay, what we need to do today means I am going to show us how to create the private server. Yesterday I created one is public subnet public server, right? Today we're going to show private server. Okay, how to create the private server and how to connect that server, I'm going to show that. Okay, so for creating a server we can follow the same steps. So what I'm gonna do means one more beautiful option I'm gonna show that today. If you guys select this option, if you select the server like this, you want to create a same kind of server, one more you want to create, correct? So then select the server, actions, image and templates. If we go with this path, select the server, actions, image and templates. If we go with this option, can you guys able to see the option called launch more like this? We can use this launch more like this option to launch one more server. Okay, so what is the advantage if I go with this? If I use this option, this will going to create one more server with the same configurations. Okay, only but you can modify whatever the changes you want, you can modify that. Okay, launch more like this. I'll just modify the changes, whatever the things are required. Environment dev, Windows public is there, right? I'll make it as private. Private. Web server is there, right? I'll make it as DB server. DB server. Usage, DB server. Purpose, IIS web server. You can keep the same thing. We'll host a web server here. Then this instance AMI is same. Microsoft Windows Server only I'm using. This is also same. Key pair, I'll choose the key pair what I created. This is my VPC key. And network settings VPC, dev VPC, but subnet will gonna change because we given the name as private, right? We'll go with to private subnet. But when you change it to private subnet, make sure this auto assign public IP should be disabled. Means private server does not have a public IP. It should be disabled state. I disabled already. Then security group, we can choose the security group which we created last class, right? Same thing we can able to choose. Then that's it only. Then we can click on launch instance. The server should be launched. I'm just repeating the steps once again. So when you select the server, actions, image and templates, launch more like this. Select the server, actions, image and templates, launch more like this. If you click on, you landing to this page. Under this page, you have to do these modifications. Name we can change, usage we can put, the purpose also you can change. Then this is constant, type is also same, keeper you can change. And VPC same, subnet you can change. Instead of public, you can put private. If it is private, the auto assign public IP is there in the down right, should be disabled state. Then select the existing security group. We can select the security group name. Then we can click on launch instance. Okay. Now if I come down, if I click on view all instances, if I refresh the screen, I can see third instance also created. That's a Windows private DB server, database server. Okay. Now, how do you connect this private server? How do you connect this private server? Okay. So for connecting the private server, we need to learn about VPC with the concept called this one, jump server. Okay. So jump server ಅಥವಾ Bastion host. Remember the word, guys. Jump server ಅಥವಾ Bastion host. A Bastion host is a server whose purpose is to provide access to a private network from an external network such as internet. So remember, guys, Bastion host is a server whose purpose is to provide access to a private network from an external network such as internet. So using internet, we can able to generally two servers are there right now, correct? So one is public server, another one is private server. Okay. So first we need to connect to the public server. We need to log into the public server first. Then once you logged in, then inside that we can able to access the private server. Inside that we can able to access the private server. That is called as a Bastion host. But can't we connect directly the private server? No, it won't allow you to connect directly from the outside. That's the reason we required a one server. That is a public server required. Inside that we can log in the private server. That is called as a Bastion host. Logging one server inside another server is called as a Bastion host ಅಥವಾ jump server ಅಥವಾ proxy server also we'll call it as. Bastion host is also known as a jump server. Bastion host is a special purpose server instance that is designed to be in the to the primary access point from the internet and acts a proxy to your other EC2 instances. Means using one Bastion host we can log in multiple private instances. Okay, let me show that how we can log in. Let me get the password first. First, public server password I'll get. Connect, RDP client, get password, upload the key, decrypt the password. Then these are the details. Let me copy the public IP, add in the Windows 1, Windows. Add the username. Password we can put up. Continue. Continue. So we are able to log into the public server right now. I'm in the public server now. Okay. So inside this server, we can log in the private server. That is called as a Bastion host outside. Okay. Let me show that as well. We'll get the password for the private server now. Select this private server, connect, RDP client, get password, private key. decrypt. This is the password. But how to connect this now? So this is the private IP. But this server, if you look at private IP also there, public IP also there. But this server only having the private IP. Okay. How to connect? I'll show that. So in the server, the public server we logged in, right? In that you go and search for RDP. You search for RDP. It will open remote desktop connection. Double click on that. It will ask for a IP address. Copy paste the IP. Click on connect. Then it will ask for username password. Then we have the username password here, right? Copy paste that username password. This is the username. This is the password. Okay.
Sir, username is taking it as IP, sir.
Oh, sorry. That's the reason. Cancel. Connect. Yes. Okay. So now you guys can see two servers are there now. This is the private server. How to validate? Look at the IP 10.0.0.25. The IP above 10.0.0.16, then it should be private. The IP below 10.0.0.16, that is public. Look at this. The outside window is public. The inside window is private. Okay. Let me refresh the screen. So it's loading. Okay. Look at guys here. In this one, internet is not working. If I come drag it down, able to see this internet is not connecting. It's saying that no internet access or something. Able to see here, no internet access is there. Correct. Internet is not working in this. If you want, let me show that CMD. Let me expand it. See, internet is not working here. Okay. So CMD will open. Because of the small memory size, so it will be very slow. See, I'll search for this one here, open it. Ping space google.com. It's not pinging. See, request is timed out. Why? Because internet is not working. Where? In private. That's the reason it's having the problem. But how to get the internet? That is what we need to learn today. This is the one. Can you guys able to see this? Using this only, I logged in today. First, SSH is for Linux I'll use, but you can replace wherever SSH is there, you can replace with RDB. First, I did the RDB to Bastion EC2 instance. Bastion EC2 instance is main server, public server, I mean to say. You can consider, guys, two names here, okay, for understanding purpose. Public server, private server. Public subnet server is public server, private subnet server is private subnet. That means Windows public web server is Bastion server. Windows private DB server is this one, private instance security one. Okay, private EC2 instance. So first I logged in. This security group I kept same. That's the reason straight away it allowed me to log in. Next, a very important concept is NAT gateway. What is NAT? Network Address Translation Gateway. Remember, guys, NAT nothing but Network Address Translation Gateway. You can use Network Address Translation Gateway to enable instances in a private subnet to connect to the internet or other AWS resources. Remember, we were using NAT Gateway to enable the instance in the private subnet to connect to the internet or other AWS services, but prevent the internet from initiating a connection with the its instances. You are charged for creating and using a NAT gateway in your account. To create a NAT gateway, you must specify the public subnet in which the NAT gateway should be reside, but you must also specify elastic IP address to associate with the NAT gateway when you create it. Nothing but when you're creating a NAT gateway, you need to assign an IP address. That's the elastic IP. Elastic IP is a permanent IP. Okay, I'll show that. You must update the route table associated with the one or more of your private subnets to point the internet bound traffic to the NAT gateway. This enables instances in your private subnet to communicate with the internet. Each NAT gateway is created in a specific availability zone and implemented with the redundancy in that zone. So you have a limit on number of NAT gateways you can create in a availability zone. Okay. So like this. Remember, guys, NAT gateway we need to create. Where we need to create? In public subnet we need to create. And we need to attach this to private subnet. We need to create in public and we need to attach this to private. ಈಗ DSCP options elastic IPs. Elastic IP address is a static IP address assigned for a dynamic cloud computing. We can use EIP in the place of public IPs to have the same IP address irrespective of the state of the instance. With an elastic IP address, you can mask the failure of an instance or software by rapidly remapping the address to another instance in your account. By default, all the AWS accounts are limited to 5 elastic IP address per region because of public IP for internet addresses are scarce public resource. That means in each and every region, maximum how many IPs we can create means 5 only. While your instance is running, you are not charged for one elastic IP address associated with the instance, but you are charged for additional elastic IP address associated with the instance. Remember, elastic IP is alternative to public IP. Public IP is static, dynamic, every time changing, but elastic IP is static. It won't change. It's a fixed. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do means, let me go to VPC. Let me provide the NAT gateway. Let me create the NAT gateway and provide the connectivity. We have a NAT gateway are there here, NAT gateway. So here, this is the NAT gateway. Create NAT gateway. NAT gateway is highly available, managed network address translation. Instance and private zone can connect to the reason VPC and networks and internet. So here I'll give my NAT private gateway. Subnet I can choose public one, public subnet. Connectivity type is public. Elastic IP allocation. allocate elastic IP, we need to click on, then IP is allocated, then click on create NAT gateway. Now NAT gateway created, go to route tables, select private route. We need to add the route for this one, edit routes, add route here 0.0.0. Here we need to select the NAT gateway and you can select the NAT gateway. If you update this now, this will be add the accessibility to your private subnet. Okay, let me add this. Let me look for here now. Right click, troubleshooting options, diagnose network troubleshooting. We should get the internet now because NAT gateway is going to provide the internet connectivity to private server. Okay. Once it provides the connectivity, then we can access. This has been freezed. See, it is reconnecting. Why it's not allowing us to connect? Okay, subnet association we didn't done. We subnet done. Okay. What happened? This not allowing to connect. Let me stop the server and restart it. It's stopping. Let it stop. Then we can start and we'll try to connect. Okay, let me start. Connect RDP client, get password, decrypt. Okay, now we'll enter the password. Okay, yes. Now remember guys, we should get the internet now. Look at 10.0.0.25, public IP address is empty. Internet is getting up now. Let me search for CMD. Let me ping the google.com IP. We should get the response. See, now we're getting the response. That means it's working fine. Internet is working fine now. So now what I'll gonna do means I'll disable the firewall. Firewall.cpl. If I run this command, it will open the firewall window. We can disable the firewall. Let me wait. So here guys, turn Windows Defender firewall on or off is there. We can turn off this both. Say OK. Then after that, we can close this window. Again, open the CMD. CMD. Now ping. I'll type the IP address of the public 10.0.0.11. This IP should be pingable without any issues. It's not pingable. Okay, because firewall is disabled. That's the reason. This IP is 25. Current machine IP I'm typing. This is pingable. Yeah. So now what I'll do means I will click on this. Let it leave this as it is. Let me open another CMD in the public window. Just what I'm trying to do, guys. Two servers we have at public and private. In both the places, I'll disabling the firewall and I'm trying to ping the IP of public IP in private server IP in public server. Like this, I'm trying to ping. Okay, ping space google.com. Here it's working. Yeah, ping is working. So now what I need to do means firewall I need to disable firewall.cpl. Turn off Windows Defender. Disable. Okay. Close this window. Now ping space private server IP I'm pinging 10.0.0.25. My request returned out. Okay. 10.0.0.11. It's getting the response. Okay, both the place request is time load is getting up. Okay, further the solution will be security group issue. Let me do that as well. Go to security group. One more port we need to add. My custom here, actions, create inbound rules. One more port we forgot to add that. Add port, all ICMP IPv4, custom anywhere, all ICMP IPv4. This port should be added. Added now. Let me refresh it now. See, now it's working. Let me ping it here also, the private server IP. Yeah, it's working now. Like this, we can able to edit the things. Okay, so I'm closing this private server because private server is so costly now. I'll disable this NAT gateway because NAT gateway is chargeable per hourly basis. It's already some amount is charged already. That's the reason I'm removing this. Actions, delete NAT gateway, delete. In case if you want, you can practice purpose, you can create it anytime. Okay, for Linux we required again. For Linux we'll create separately. Once it's come to deleted, deleting is there. Deleted if we come up, then we can delete the elastic IP also. This is also very costly. Release elastic IP address. This is not releasing. It will take some time. Not yet, still deleting. Deleted is there. Elastic IP. Release elastic IP. Yeah. Now release it. Okay. Now deleted. Now what I'm gonna do here means I'll gonna show how to do the partition now. Using Windows, how to do the partition I'm gonna show. Go to AWS screen, volumes. I'll create some volume. Create volume. 10 GB volume I'll take. 2A. Add name. I'm creating volume. I'll attach this volume to this particular server. EBS. Then click on create volume. Now we need to attach this volume to this particular server. Actions. Attach volume. Web server. Public. XVDF. Attach volume. Volume is attached. How to verify that? Here. In the search bar, we can search for CREATE create. format and hard disk. We can go here. Right now only one disk is the C drive. Now using this same GB we can create some more drives. Okay, can you guys see? This is 0 disk 1 is there. Not initialize reset. Let me initialize the disk. Initialize. Okay. Now this 9.99 GB is there at unallocated. New simple volume. Next. So I'm converting this 10 GB to 3 plus 3 plus 4. Okay. So that means 3 GB means how many bytes? How much MB? 30.
3,000.
4 into 3. 1024 into 3. 24.
Approximately 3,000 MBs.
107 3072.
Hmm.
72 na? 1 minute. 24 24 48. 48 plus 24. 72. 72. Next. Device letter is D. Next. Finish. So now similar way. Back. 3072. Finish. Then last one. Next. Now if I go back to the drive list, I can see D drive, E drive, F drive. See, where is that? This PC. Can you guys see? C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive. All the drives I can able to see that. Even I can store some data inside this. So for example, let me copy some data from here. These two files I want to copy. Right click. Where's the copy option? Copy. I can come here, I can paste it. Paste. See, the files are copying. Like this, we can do the partition also. Okay. Files are copied. Files are copied. Now what I'll do means, see, in this nothing is there, but only D drive having some data. One more advantage will be this is, you can assume that the drive what we created, the volume what we created, what we attached, right? You can treat them like a pen drive. We can attach the pen drive and you can store something and we can detach it, right? Similar way. Now what I'll do means, I'll go to AWS screen and I'll remove this. The volume what I am attached, right? I can detach volume is there, detach. That means I removed the volume from the server. Okay, let me show that now. Refresh. See here, this PC D drive, E drive, F drive is not there now. But how about the data? The data you stored, right? Where is the data? What do you guys will say?
Data will be lost, no, sir.
If data is lost, then waste, right? Then why do we need to do this?
Yes.
Think logically. Let's assume you given some pen drive to me, added some data to the pen drive. You asked me to store some movies. I stored that movies in the pen drive and I given to you. I removed the pen drive from my laptop and I given to you. whether the movies are there in the pen drive or not. It should be there, right?
Yes, it should be there.
Now what I'll do means, this is the available state now. We'll verify. See, available. Again, we'll attach the same thing to either same server we can attach, different server also we can attach. Attach volume server xvdf attach volume. Now I can go back here and I can refresh the console here. I'll get the volumes now. See, it came back, but data safely is there. See, the files are successfully stored in the server. That's about the partitioning, volume partitioning. Okay, this about the Windows part. Windows contains this much only. I'm just closing these boxes and I'll remove the things also. The Windows what I created, I'm servers also I'm gonna delete. If required, I'll create in future. Okay, I'm terminating these two servers. And also this volume also I need to terminate. So in next class, what we need to do means, in next class, we need to create the Linux servers. I'm gonna show how to create the Linux servers and how to work with Linux servers. I'm gonna show it in the next class. Any questions on the today's one?
For Linux, we will be learning about LVMs, no, sir?
We won't teach LVM because LVM will be large topic. We do partition here as well. How did we done the partition here, right? Same type of partition we used to do.
Okay.
Servers are terminated, shutting down. Okay. It'll take some time. It will remove these volumes also. It will return only 2 volumes. The above 2 volumes should be retained. It's also not retained. Delete. Now only one server I have. Remaining 2 servers are terminated, deleted. Okay. In next class, I'm gonna show that how to create the Linux servers and how to do the work things on the Linux. I'm gonna show that. If no questions, then we'll wind up here. Please let me know. Nothing? Cool. Thank you so much for a valuable time. Bye.